Magic Treehouse Book Number 33, Carnival at Candlelight, by Mary Pope Osborne. Chapter 2, Carnival. Annie laughed. Jack opened his eyes. He and Annie were wearing purple and pink outfits with huge ruffled collars. On their heads were funny hats. On their feet were red slippers and big bows. "Who are we?" Annie asked. "I don't know," said Jack. He didn't feel like a wise and brave helper in his red slippers. He felt stupid. Together, Jack and Annie looked out the treehouse window. They had landed in a small tree inside a wild garden. The sky was gray. Jack couldn't tell if it was morning or evening, but the air felt damp and heavy, as if a storm was about to break. "I guess this is Venice," he said. "Let's check our book," said Annie. He opened the research book and read aloud. "Today, the city of Venice is one of the most popular tourist spots in the world. It lies in a lagoon spot of the Adriatic Sea. Instead of roads, Venice has waterways called canals. People glide along the canals in the shallow boats called gondolas. A man called a gondolier stands in the back of the boat and uses a long oar to propel the gondola through the water." "That sounds like fun," said Jack. "Yep," said Annie. She closed the book. "Let's go." "Wait," said Jack. "We don't even know what our mission is yet." He took Merlin's letter and folded it. He read it out. "Dear Jack and Annie of Frog Creek, your mission will require great patience and a bit of magic. The Grand Lady of Lagon is in terrible danger. The only one who can help you save her from the disaster is the ruler of the seas. To locate him, follow these directions. When waters rise beneath the moon, visit the Grand Lady of the Lagoon. To find out where you need to go, seek out a painter named Tupelo. At midnight, 2 men will tell you the time. To the top of their tower, hurry and climb. The king of the jungle will carry you there, not over land, but high in the air. The angle of gold will show you the way, to the sea by night and home by day." Jack pushed his glasses into place. He said. "I wonder who the Grand Lady is," said Annie, "and why do we need to save her?" "I'm wondering lots of stuff," said Jack. "What about the king of the jungle? We're in a city, not a jungle. And what about the angel ant?" "Let's just take one city at a time," said Annie. "What are we supposed to do first?" Jack looked back at the letter and read, "When waters rise beneath the moon, visit the Grand Lady of Lagon." "So let's start by finding the Grand Lady," said Annie. She headed down the treehouse ladder. Jack put Merlin's letter into his backpack, along with Morgan's research book and Teddy and Catherine's book of magic rhymes. Then he climbed down the rope ladder and caught up with Annie. Jack and Annie walked over a pebbly path as the sky darkened. "Good," said Jack. "It's night." He didn't want anyone to see him in his silly outfit, especially the red slippers with bows. "That must be the way out," said Annie. She led Jack to a wooden gate in the garden and pushed it in. Jack and Annie stepped through the gate onto a quiet empty walkway. Next to the walkway was a narrow lane of water. "I guess that's a canal," said Jack, "and that must be a gondola." She pointed to a long, curved black boat rounded the corner. In the last light of day, the gondola was gliding silently up the canal towards them. "Yikes," whispered Annie. There were 2 people in the boat, a gondolier and a passenger. Each wore a black cloak, white gloves, and a ghostly white mask. The masks had long, pointy noses shaped like buck beaks. The passenger sat in the middle of the boat, holding a lantern. The gondolier stood in the back, pushed a long oar through the water. "They look a lot weirder than us," said Annie. "No kidding," said Jack. "Hello," the passenger shouted. The princess' voice was muffled behind a white mask. "Do you need help?" "Yes," Annie shouted back. "Can you take us to the Grand Lady of Lagon?" "Yes, of course. She is back that way," answered the masked passenger. "Come." "Great," said Annie. She grabbed Jack's hand and pulled him over to the gondola. The gondola rocked a bit as Jack climbed aboard and took seats between the gondolier and the passenger. The gondolier pushed the gondola away from the landing. His long oar made soft splashes in the water as the boat moved up the canal. Jack cleared his throat. Excuse me, he said. Why are you wearing bird masks? For Carnival, of course, said the passenger. That is why you are wearing clown costumes, no? Oh, yeah, sure, said Jack. As the gondola slid through the canal, Jack snuck the research book under his backpack. Oh boy, a carnival, Annie whispered to Jack. I hope it's a roller coaster. I don't think they had roller coasters 260 years ago, whispered Jack. Jack like a carnival in the Andes. He found the page and he and suddenly read together. For many centuries, Carnival has been the most famous yearly festival of Venice. For Carnival, people discuss themselves as anything they want to be. Rich, poor, male, female, young, and old are all equal during Carnival. Look, that's us, whispered Annie. She pointed to a picture of a colorful costume with a white ruffled collar and red zippers with bows. Yeah, and that's them, whispered Jack. He pointed to a picture of a person dressed in a black cloak and a white mask and a bird beak. Jack closed the book and put it away. The golden people didn't seem so weird anymore, but he still wondered why a grand lady was in terrible danger at the carnival. As the book glided around a bend, Jack caught his breath. He saw dozen of gondolas rocking the choppy waters of a wide, open canal. They were all decorated with ribbons and flowers. Candlelight from the lanterns danced around the dark, rippling river. Look, there must be a carnival over there, said Annie, pointing. In the distance, thousands of candles twinkled along the shoreline. Sounds of laughter, clapping, and shouting floated over the water. Hold on tightly, said a masked person in front of the gondola. The tide is high tonight. As the gondola joined the fleet of the boats heading towards the carnival, the wind picked up and the waves grew taller. Jack and Annie hauled to the sides of the boat. Jack heard a faint rumble of fireworks thunder. He saw a zigzag flash of flashlight in the distant sky. Is a storm coming? He wondered nervously. Is the storm part of the disasters that's going to happen to the Grand Lady and Flagler? This is going to be fun, is it? Said Annie carefully. Sure, said Jack. He tried to shake off his worries as the wind and tide helped push the gondola toward the twinkling skies of the carnival.